ISIS is the new boogeyman, per se. Forget the fact that we created the war that destabilized the country, which invited the Al-Qaeda to come into Iraq and to create ISIS eventually. And forget the fact that we funded the rebels in Syria, which eventually became in line with the Al-Qaeda of Iraq and created ISIS. And forget the fact that we gave the weapons to the rebels, which are the ones being used by ISIS now. And let's look at it from the perspective of if none of that ever happened. Bombing at this point would be the dumbest thing we could do. And why is that? Well, first of all, it costs money. And where does that money come from? Oh, well, they just print it out, obviously. No, it comes from me and you. No one else. It comes from taxes. It comes from inflation. It basically destroys the economy for the greater good. The conflict we basically had coming in the making. And call me a bit of a conspiracy theorist here, but remember how they wanted so desperately to get into Syria because of the chemical weapons, and they so desperately wanted us to follow the war drums and just go in there? Well, guess what? We didn't fall for their bullshit. So, call me a bit of a conspiracy theorist here, but isn't it kind of weird how we funded the Syrian rebel and we knew they were aligning their groups to create a bigger group, and that group could be used as a threat because they're extremely tyrannical and kill people, and we say, look at what they're doing, we need to go in there and kill them? And you know, people are always coming up with justifications for this stuff. Oh, well, they're bombing, and they're killing, and they're beheading. Good question for you. Eye for an eye? Well, what about turn the other cheek? I love the hypocrisy of this nation, saying 90% or 80% of us are Christians, but yet we do not turn the other cheek, one of the most important Christ-like New Testament morals. Not only that, but what do the conservatives say to the situation? Bomb them! Because that's right, nothing like a good old bombing. Just wipe out more people's lives, destroy more hopes and dreams, and everything will be okay. And don't pretend like if we weren't back over there that we wouldn't cause a hell fuckload of casualties among civilians. And pretty much do what we did in Iraq, but on a 10 times bigger scale, which makes me feel a little frustrated. I thought I would make this quick video because I wanted to get all of these points out, and of all seriousness, it really is a bad situation. But if we keep stumbling into the Middle East and trying to solve their problem for them, which a lot of them will be created, we are just adding fuel to the fire. And I know there's an agenda to this all. I mean, you gotta be stupid not to believe, which a majority of Americans, I hate to say, are, but whatever. Peace.